All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Jodi there.
And I am here with her. Sorry, I just had to do it. I don't know. I had to bring you along type of thing. So you just come here for me? Definitely. All right, put in the comment section definitely if you agree with me. Just kidding. But we are super excited to react to another...
WILTY.
Yes!
Would I lie to you?
Oh my. And which one are we checking out today, Miss Headphone Checker?
Today we are checking out, I want to just say Amy. David Mitchell's cowboy boot seller. Amy? David Mitchell's cowboy boot seller. Now, or is she...
Joe Lycett's model? Or Nish Kumar's sleepy mate? Ooh, sleepy mate.
Because I would say, I am so sorry. I can't stand cowboy boots. Forgive me.
I've never owned a pair of cowboy boots. They don't look comfortable, but I know people that just...
wear them.
Yes, they won't wear anything else. They swear by them. So, I mean, it is what it is. And I want to know how... I should ask people at work, because I have a few at work that wear them all the time. I should ask, like, how practical is it really, like, when you're out on the ranch or out with the horses and whatnot? Maybe it's very, very practical then. Yeah. But with the heels and whatnot, I'm not too sure. But we're going to go ahead and check this out. If you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to...
like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video. I did actually happen to have a pair of, like, cheap cowboy boots. They're from, I think, like, Limited 2 back in the day.
So that's why you didn't like them, because they were cheap.
No, I just don't like the style. I had them because it was very fashionable and in, but I wore them with mini skirts.
Am I very fashionable and in?
Nope.
Oh, man. That can go different ways.
Sorry, let me hesitate. No.
Oh, man, it was so close to being a yes. Here we go.
Please welcome this week's special guest, Amy.
I told you this was pronounced Amy.
So, Joe, what is Amy to you?
This is my friend Amy, and I grossly offended her when I made a less than perfect sculpture of her head.
Don't believe you.
Nish, how do you know Amy?
This is my friend Amy. We became friends after I found her asleep in a box of volleyballs.
Finally, David, what is your relationship with Amy?
She kind of has
This is Amy. She is the charity shop worker who sold my shoes whilst I was otherwise engaged trying on a pair of cowboy boots.
No way. Please let it be that one.
Nish, what
it was
remind
really
us again,
clean.
I found her in a box of volleyballs.
First of all, where were you where there was a box of volleyballs?
I was working at a leisure centre just after I left school. And Amy was also working there over the summer between school and uni. And they sent me to check on the volleyballs.
Why are you
checking the volleyballs?
That's a good job from you, right? Make sure the volleyballs aren't messing around.
Please.
Have you recently been watching Toy Story?
I believe the technical term was conduct inventory. So I was just trying to make
count
sure.
them.
Yeah, you're supposed to count them. And it turned out that what she was doing was because no one really wanted to...
He has the same accent as James Acaster, or whatever his name is.
Oh.
play volleyball. She'd found the perfect spot to have a mid-work sleep in.
How big was this box?
It was like... woman size.
Could she stretch woman size?
Yeah.
You've heard of a volleyball coffin? Transport volleyball.
So you opened it up and you saw...
a sleeping woman.
Amongst all these volleyballs? How many were there?
I think probably like 35.
You see, you've just said to me that this box was woman-sized. Now, the largest woman I've ever seen is still smaller than 35 volleyballs. I've used this as a chat-up line. If a woman says, oh, I feel a bit fat in this, I'll always go, don't be silly, you're less than 35 volleyballs. So did you wake her up?
Yes. And so we became friends because then I would also often have a nap
in the volleyballs?
In the volleyballs.
What was her job supposed... What was she supposed to be doing at the time?
Perhaps she was sent to count the volleyballs
She got too tired.
Become bored by the monotony of the process. The boss kept... I keep sending people to count the volleyballs and they never come back.
Working at the leisure centre, Nish, what else did your job demand of you?
Basically, all-round dog's body, so I would work on the front desk sometimes.
I think you said all-round ball games.
So everything except rugby.
Bowls, David.
What?
They're not totally spherical in bowls. That's
Are
why
they not?
That's why they curve.
I would say, colloquially, they're still round, though.
Oh, hello. It's all kicking off at Bridge Club.
All right. Who else would you like to quiz?
OK, Joe, what's it...
I felt like he did a pretty good job of holding his own.
Yeah.
Until that very last part about what was your other duties or whatever, but he seemed pretty convincing. He had his story ready to go.
All right. Who else would you like to quiz?
OK, Joe, what situation were you in where you were sculpting her head?
I have an office in Birmingham where I live.
That'll do. So,
No,
yeah, I told you.
that was an act. No, that was an act.
You can answer any question you like, I don't mind. You have an office in Birmingham?
Yeah.
But why? Why?
Oh, that's what
Just
you would say.
to write jokes and be creative in.
So, you went to this office to write jokes
Yeah.
and said to your friend, would you like to come along, sit in the corner and I'll sculpt your head?
I've been looking for a use for all that clay I keep in my office.
Had you just been watching a Lionel Richie video? Hello? So, did you know how to do this?
No. But yeah, I thought practice makes perfect, so I called Amy and...
How long did you spend doing it?
Maybe an hour or so.
Weren't you tempted to just make it really soft, get her face, push it into it, then do the back of her head, and then go, well, at least I've got a mould.
You said she was offended by this sculpture.
Yes, she
so
was offended.
What did you end up with?
It didn't look like her.
What did it look like?
It looked more like Ainsley Harriott.
I know who that is.
OK. Now, what about David? I'm looking forward to this. What was it you claimed, David?
That Amy is the charity shop worker.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
Who sold my shoes
Yes.
whilst I was otherwise engaged trying on a pair of cowboy boots.
Can you talk us through the incident, please?
Well, I was in the charity shop.
Which charity shop?
It was a Marie Curie charity shop near where I live.
OK. So I'm setting the scene before this. You're at home, you're thinking, it's about time I got myself some cowboy boots. I need to commit to a new pair in case I go off the idea.
Just on the very slightest off chance
Yeah.
it don't turn out to suit me and my personality.
Cowboy boots, I'll be honest with you, don't particularly appeal to me aesthetically.
Wow, that
I
surprises
don't think
me.
they go with what I like to call my style.
Right. Well, how would you describe that style, David?
I think my style is indescribable.
Oh, no, I could describe it.
I think it's best left undescribed.
OK.
I wasn't sitting at home plotting the purchase of some cowboy boots.
No.
I was pottering around near my house, and I saw the Marie Curie shop, and I saw in the window what looked like a nice selection of second-hand novels.
Right.
And I went in, and it wasn't a nice selection of second-hand novels. It was all Ken Follett crap. But I did notice the array of shoes, and I tend to take my shoes off at home and maybe wear slippers or socks. I don't want this to get too sexy. And so
I need my inhaler.
So what I vaguely was on the lookout for was a pair of everyday, easy-to-put-on, non-lacing shoes that I could keep by the back door in case I needed to pop into the garden for some gardening.
But you said you'd taken some of your shoes to the charity shop.
I was wearing shoes.
So what, you decided to take them off in the shop and hand them to her?
When you go shoe shopping, do you go barefoot? Take you seriously.
No. When I take shoes...
Keep me waiting.
When I take shoes to the shoe rider shop,
Yeah.
I choose shoes that I no longer want. I don't wander around and then go, well, do you know what? You can have these if you want. Why would you do that? You take them ready to give.
I wasn't... It was the right plan.
Can I just say, Rob, you're the only person in the whole of the United Kingdom watching this that isn't following this story.
Well, he said he took off his shoes.
To try on the
Put the
boots.
shoes on.
Try the other one.
Try the cowboy shoes on.
Oh.
What was that? That was so
David, I
random.
owe you an apology. There you are in the shop.
Yeah. I'm in the shop and I spot these cowboy boots, and to me, they look sort of quite loose and easy to slip on.
What length? Not width, length.
I'd say that long.
About that, so they're coming up to just below the knee.
They're not, you know...
How tall are you, Rod? They're not...
For me, they'd be thigh length.
Can't see over these.
It's a hard time, I love it.
I would say they're, for a cowboy, they're shortish. But
Leather or suede?
But they're not ankle boots.
Leather or suede?
Leather. And with a sort of bit of... I don't know the technical shoe terms, but sort of like a bit of crenellation sort of flapping on them. I'm just going to have to use the terminology of the medieval castle. It's the only way I can describe it. Anyway, they look
So
like...
you saw them? You saw them?
Yeah, I saw them.
OK.
So I thought, you know, I'll try them on.
Yeah.
But they were slightly harder to get on than I imagined.
People in the shop, I imagine, were going, why is David Mitchell trying on cowboy boots?
The shop wasn't as packed as you're imagining. In fact, I thought myself to be the only customer there.
Right.
I was soon disabused of that notion.
When did you notice that your own shoes had been sold?
I think, well, I remember I walked to the back of the shop in the cowboy boots, restraining an urge to walk like John Wayne. And when I came back towards the shoe area, I noticed that my shoes weren't there.
And did you see who'd bought them?
I didn't, no.
I'm picturing a scene where you walk out the shop and you walk home, and then a few minutes later, a cowboy goes up to the counter and says, "Excuse me, I was just trying on a pair, and then behind him a clown, and then a sailor, and this just goes on all day, round and round."
Yeah.
David, I don't know you. I've just got to know you today, and I admire you very much. But what I know of you from watching you on TV, the cowboy boots, it's just I can't buy it. I can't imagine you'd even try them on.
Well, in which case, then you should say that I'm lying.
So good.
I might do.
So, we need an answer. Lee's team. Is Amy Joe's miffed model, Nish's sleepy sidekick, or David's sneaky shoe seller?
I don't buy the volleyball thing at all. I could see someone falling asleep in a weird thing like that, but maybe not fully asleep, but kind of like napping or stretching.
And I think the volleyballs would be uncomfortable. I mean, they're not hard, but I just think of like...
I'm not going to say it can't happen. I just don't buy it.
I'm going to sculpting. It's probably David's story, but I'm going to sculpting.
I think you're right with the sculpting. I'm trying to figure out how someone will be so quick to sell his, unless... Like he said, a charity shop. I don't know what a charity shop is. Is that like a thrift store?
It's a thrift store.
Okay.
Yeah, secondhand, because he said secondhand.
Because when he said charity shop, I thought they meant like they were auctioning off his shoes to be sold. These are David Mitchell shoes.
No.
Anyone that
I'm thinking a thrift shop. But man, you would have to make a sell super fast for him to walk to the back of the store and back.
Someone was trying on the same shoes. He put his shoes in the box, closed. Person comes back. Here's the shoes I want to buy. Goes there. They don't check it, and then I have no idea. I have no idea. But I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with the sculpting.
They talked about the sculpting.
Yes, and he seemed to like really kind of labor out the first few sentences.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree.
Everybody else had their full-on
I'm more
story.
inclined to
Yeah.
believe Nish myself.
You believe Nish?
Yeah.
Because?
Because, I don't know, I just think Amy and Nish look like they could be really good mates.
Miles, you think?
Well, I was looking at her very closely. While Joe was talking about sculpting her, she looked quite icy about the whole thing. And, of course, she was very offended in the story. But during David's story, she looked, I mean, understandably baffled.
I think it might be Joe, actually. What do you think?
Well, I'm beginning to think. I mean, it doesn't even matter what I think. I mean, your own... I mean, my job really is to agree with you, Lee. I mean, you are a man...
Are we trying to reenact Dad's army here?
Do you think that's wise, sir? I think... I think Nish is telling the truth.
You think Nish is telling the truth?
Wow.
You think Nish is telling the truth? Right, in that case, I'll go with what my team say.
You're saying it's Nish?
No, I'm overruling. I'm going with Joe.
Seriously?
I feel it's Joe.
All right. Amy, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Amy and I'm Joe's friend.
Good call. Almost missed that high five. Thank you. Oh, gosh.
This is the sculpture
It's so small.
that Joe This is the sculpture. Get ready for this. You will never, in your lifetime, witness a worse sculpture than this.
No wonder she was offended.
First of all, that's actually, for her, it's horrible. But that's actually not bad for a person.
Who doesn't make
For a man who's
Yeah.
like 60, he has like a beard-like shaped face with no beard.
He kind of looks like he would be like Buddha.
That's way better than I would be able to do. There's no way he did that in an hour. There's no way he did that in an hour. But it's not so bad. For her, it's absolutely atrocious.
Awful. Yeah, he's a bit extra face.
Poor woman. Yes, Amy is Joe's miffed model. Thank you very much, Amy.
Miffed model. I love it.
Oh, that's too funny.
That was our first one of those that we guessed right. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of rode your coattails on that one. But I did agree with you. So
That was
well
good.
done. Well done.
That was good. I'm glad that I stuck with my gut and chose Joe, and I'm glad that Lee was like, overruling.
Yes. Because when he said, I'm going with my team, he did not seem too
No, he
convinced.
did not. He did not at all.
I would love to know, like, how long they take the fake stories coming up with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or if it's just, they
On
don't
the
come up with it at
spot.
all, and they write it down for them, like the show people write it down for them, and they have to come up with it right away.
Yeah.
I would like it for them to have a little bit of preparation to kind of sell a little more. I don't know. But yes, I've learned from this show that the ones that seem like they're making it up on the spot are the ones that are trying to make it seem that way.
Yeah.
And Nish just came out of the gun with like details, this or that. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. But anyways, we were right once again. We have some kind of a streak going on. That's right. We've already perfected it. If you want to know how to predict these correctly, you can come to our school for that. It's only $299.95 for the first 5 minutes. If you're excited,
$299.95.
$300 for 5 minutes. But we will teach you the tricks of the trade. Spoiler alert, not too many tricks. Okay. The next 5 minutes is another $400, just so you know. Hey, if you want to join, please comment section below. Okay. But if you're excited for our reaction anyway, if you liked it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
Goodbye.